Hey everyone, and welcome back to Detroit Become Human. On this video, we're doing the final chapter in the game, Battle for Detroit. This is another chapter that's going to use all three of our characters, and the amount of possibilities and endings in this chapter is absolutely staggering. Even looking at all of the flowcharts, it's still hard to tell how many endings there actually are. So I'm just going to throw out what may end up being arbitrary numbers. So we're going to do Cara ending number 4, Markus ending number 3, and Connor ending number 8. If those numbers don't quite work out the way I think they will, I'll come back and update the title and description. So if you're seeing different numbers there, that's why. Anyways, let's jump into this.
By the way,
At 6 a.m. this morning, a national curfew was declared. Civilian movement will be strictly controlled. The right to assembly is suspended. All electronic communications are restricted, and I have granted enhanced powers to our security agencies. In addition to these measures, all androids must be handed over to the authorities immediately. Temporary camps are being set up in all our major cities to contain and destroy them. I am now asking all civilians to cooperate with the authorities and rest assured that everything in our power is being done to guarantee the security of our nation.
Please!
Deviant leader.
Has the leader of the Deviants been apprehended?
The deviant that is known as Markus has not been located yet, but we will soon track it down and neutralize it.
Madam President!
Deviants.
is it true that a large number of deviants are still on the loose?
We don't have the full reports at this time, but if so, I can assure you they will soon be apprehended and destroyed.
Please!
Intelligent life.
Madam President!
Many believe that androids are a new form of intelligent life. Do you have any comment?
That's ridiculous. Next question, please.
Please! Please!
Jericho assault.
What can you tell us about the assault that happened last night?
The FBI raided an abandoned freighter in Detroit at 10:45 p.m. yesterday. Several thousand androids were destroyed or captured. Our forces are now combing the streets to ensure that none got through the net. We are going to find them one by one and destroy them.
Please!
Please.
Public opinion.
Madam President, public opinion seems to have become increasingly favorable to the Deviants, particularly since they've adopted a peaceful approach. How do you feel about this?
Public opinion is one thing, the security of the state is another. These deviants are dangerous, and my highest priority is to protect the American people. Thank you. That will be all.
Connor model 313-248-317. I'm expected.
Identification successful.
Okay. Go ahead.
Follow me. We'll escort you.
Thanks, but I know where to go.
Maybe. But I have my orders.
Follow the guard.
Agent 23 identified. Cara answered identified. Agent 47 identified. Scan complete. Access authorized.
They just use androids as decoration, apparently.
Agent 54, level 31.
Voice recognition validated. Access authorized.
Neutralize the guard. Stop elevator before 31. Pre-construct. Simulation result failure. Yeah, I'd say so. Yep, that's not gonna work. How about the body? Change elevator destination.
Please indicate your identity and destination.
Agent 54 voice.
Agent 54, level sub 49.
Voice recognition validated. Access authorized.
The last bus leaves in 20 minutes. That doesn't give us much time. We've got to move fast. Are you all right?
I'm really cold.
YK 500 settings. Hot cold sensitivity activated. Let's go ahead and deactivate that.
You'll feel better now.
Thanks.
Make sure we don't miss anything. Pick up.
Come on. Let's not stay here.
No, please don't hurt me.
Shut up on your knees.
What are we gonna do?
We have to keep going if we want to catch that bus. Stay close to me. We're going to sneak past them without being noticed. We're going to make it, Alice, I promise you.
Don't kill me. I didn't do anything.
Shut up, I said. Are there many more? Doesn't mean they're like rats. The more you look, the more you find. Oh, we don't have to spend the night here. I'm freezing my nuts off. It's gonna take weeks to clean up this fucking city. Believe me, we are far from finished here.
There are soldiers everywhere. We need to be careful.
Come on, get moving. Hurry up, get in.
Look over there. It's Luther.
We can't help him, Alice. The soldiers are everywhere.
We can't just leave him. They're going to kill him.
Save Luther.
Okay, let's go.
Hey, buddy.
This is a mistake. I'm human. I just want to go home. My wife is expecting me, and we're gonna...
Got orders to check all civilians.
No. No! Please!
Fucking androids.
Find a weapon. A brick. Approach slowly.
Cara! You shouldn't have risked your life to save me. Where's Alice?
She's hiding nearby.
Cara, you saved us. We don't know how to thank you.
Go, before they see you.
Alice!
Luther! I thought you were dead.
I was afraid I'd never see you again. I wanted to meet you at the terminal, but they caught me along the way.
Come on. We're close, but we don't have much time.
Whoa, careful with that flashlight. Don't look over here. Here we go. Let's wait for him to scan this area. And, oh, I was thinking about going. Oh, there we go.
A checkpoint. We have passports, it should be okay, but you never know.
Maybe we should take the detour and avoid the risk.
We're almost out of time. We could miss the bus.
Yeah, but it might be safer.
Choose a route. Detour is safer, but takes how long? 11 minutes. We've only got 10. Checkpoint is risky. It takes 3 minutes. Well, let's go with risky.
I don't like humans who carry guns. They make me nervous.
Just stay calm, all right, Luther? Don't do anything until I say so.
ID, please. You do realize there's a curfew? Civilians aren't allowed out unless absolutely necessary. Where are you going?
Alex excuse.
My
Or
daughter
Alice.
slept over at a friend's house. We went to pick her up. We're on our way home now.
He suspects something.
Stay calm.
Stay calm. Everything is fine.
You all right, little girl? She's trembling. Something wrong?
She's cold.
She's cold. We really have to get her home fast.
Sorry, miss, but we gotta be careful. There are deviants around and our guys are nervous. You should hurry on home.
Thanks.
Hey, wait a minute.
He knows Cara. They're gonna kill
Do nothing.
Don't do anything, Luther. You hear me?
They're gonna shoot. They're gonna kill Alice.
Do nothing.
You drop this.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We're coming to you live from Detroit, where thousands of androids are marching through the city at this very moment. The leader of the deviants, the one they call Markus, is at the head of the march.
Something's happening in Detroit, Madam President.
March toward the camp. Well, hopefully this goes better than last time. We're not shouting this time, that might help us.
Here we are, the moment of truth.
Surrender immediately, or we will open fire. Stand by.
Peaceful.
We don't want confrontation. We are protesting peacefully.
I repeat, surrender now, or we will open fire.
There's no turning back now.
Calm.
We ask that you release all androids detained in camps and cease all aggression against us. We are peaceful. We will not resort to violence. But we are not leaving until our people are free.
Sit.
Are you gonna open fire on unarmed protesters?
All teams, hold your fire.
Yes, Michael, we are less than 100 meters away and events are unfolding as we speak. We will continue to bring you live updates. Josh Douglas, Channel 16. Michael, back to you.
Marcus, what do we do now?
We hold out. As long as we can.
Stay sharp.
Shit.
Convert androids. And there's a lot of them.
Step back, Connor, and I'll spare him.
Sorry, Connor. This bastard's your spitting image.
The bus terminal. We've arrived, Alice. We made it.
The last bus for the border is full. Ticket-holding passengers only. All departures are suspended until further notice.
We don't have tickets. They won't let us on. We're stuck here now. What are we going to do?
Find a way to leave. Find tickets.
They're checking everyone. It won't take them long to find us.
We need to get out of here. Marcus.
Security check. Please don't move. Security check.
I think Oliver likes you. Is she yours?
Yes.
She's adorable.
That's it. Got the sandwiches. I called your mom. Let's get going before we miss our bus. You got the tickets, right?
Yes, honey, in my bag.
Great. Let's go then.
I'm sorry. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I was sure.
Shit, I don't believe it.
I don't know what happened.
You can't have lost them. Did you have a good look in your bag?
They were in my backpack. The envelope must have fallen.
Fuck. Excuse me, you didn't happen to see a blue envelope somewhere, did you? It has our bus tickets in it and... Oh, never mind.
Keep the tickets. They seem well off.
No. Sorry.
What are we gonna do? We can't stay here. We have to find a safe place for Oliver.
I'm so sorry, honey. I don't know what happened. They were right here in my bag.
Come on, Alice.
Gary, check. Please don't.
Okay, catch the bus. I decided to keep him. Nobody's gonna let the little baby freeze to death. It'll be fine. Alright, let's see. Where do we go for the bus again? I think we just go on the line, but I'm a little worried about being scanned. Let's see if we can squeeze through, maybe.
Gary, check. Please don't move. Got your tickets?
Yes, here they are.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, let's get right on the bus. Let's not screw around.
What's going to happen to that family and their baby? Will they die because of us?
Reassure.
No. No, of course not.
Reinforce the barricade.
We've got to finish the barricade. Come on, help me.
Okay, let's take this car.
Hey, help me! Right, that should do it.
We all know that's not gonna stop them. Just hope it buys us some time.
I know it was not an easy decision to make, but I'm sure we're doing the right thing.
Send message to journalists, support your people. And we also have a magazine right here. Detroit today, they defy us. Androids rise up in Detroit. President Warren to make state visit to United Kingdom. NATO Security Council divided over Arctic dispute. They defy us. Androids rise up in Detroit. Androids have taken to the streets of Detroit in apocalyptic scenes. Detroit is already in the grip of a national product recall, with androids seized from every home and business to be destroyed by the authorities as a precaution. But now a group of androids, thought to be connected to the recent android terror activity in the city, have gathered in a terrifying show of force. Police and military authorities are in attendance to protect civilians and deal with the threat, but the androids have barricaded themselves in a fortified position and seem to be angling for an armed confrontation. President Warren is said to be aware of the situation. Detroit Police's Captain Fowler, a senior officer in the android investigation, said, "The safety of Detroit's people is our first priority. We hope to bring this matter to a swift conclusion and refocus on collecting androids as soon as possible. This story is still developing. We'll bring you updates live." And then feed lost.
Are you alright?
They shot into the crowd. Many of us were killed. It could have been me. I'm scared. I don't want to shut down.
Inspire.
We're here because we never want to feel that fear again. Because we're more than what they say. That's what our people died for, right? That's why we're here.
These androids should really just turn off their cold sensitivity, but there's some fire to help you guys out.
Many of our people have fallen. The humans have no pity for those who are different.
Alright, what else do we have? Something there. I think that's north. Let's go check out what this is. Or actually, I know what that is. We'll do that last. Let's go up here.
They won't stop there. What are we gonna do if they attack?
Resist. That's the only thing we can do.
Do you think Connor has any chance of making it?
We can only count on ourselves now.
This won't hold him for long, but I guess it's better than nothing.
Humans.
They're getting into position. If they attack, no one will survive.
Doubts.
How many more of us have to die? Is there any cause worth giving your life for?
You're the hope of our people. I trust you. We all trust you. No matter what happens now, we're making history.
Okay, we still need to send the message to the journalists. I think I did everything else. Appears so.
Marcus, we found what you asked for.
There's some journalists over there. We have to make sure they know what's going on.
Free.
Marcus! Marcus, come look!
Marcus? I've come to talk to you, Marcus. Come on. You have my word. I won't try anything.
Don't go. It's a trap. They want to get you out in the open. Don't go, Marcus.
I'm unarmed, Marcus. I just want to talk.
They had me out in the open before. Except.
I need to hear what he has to say.
What if they kill you?
And that's a chance I'll have to take.
In a few minutes, the troops will be ordered to charge. None of you will survive. It'll all be over. You can avoid that, Marcus.
What do you mean?
Surrender. Surrender, and I give you my word, your life will be spared. You'll be detained, but none of you will be destroyed.
Other demonstrations.
What happened to the other androids demonstrating in the camps?
Unfortunately, there were no journalists around to help save them. You're it. You're the last remaining deviants.
Guarantees?
If I accept your offer, how do I know you'll keep your word?
You're not in any position to be demanding guarantees, Marcus. All you can do right now is decide whether you want to trust me or not.
Betray people.
You asking me to betray my people?
I am offering you the chance to save your people. You're not walking out of here, Marcus. The only thing you can save now are the lives of those around you.
Refused deal.
I'd rather die here than betray my people.
Well, you just signed your own death warrant.
What happened, Marcus? What did he say?
The humans are about to launch an attack. And we will show them. And we are not afraid. If we must die today, then we will die free.
Your friend's life is in your hands. Now it's time to decide what matters most. Him or the revolution?
Don't listen to him.
Everything this fucker says is a lie.
Guarantee.
If I surrender, how do I know you won't kill him? I'll only do what is strictly necessary to accomplish my mission. It's up to you whether or not that includes killing this human.
Hank.
I'm sorry, Hank. You shouldn't have got mixed up in all this.
Forget about me. Do what you have to do.
Enough talk! It's time to decide who you really are. Are you going to save your partner's life? Or are you going to sacrifice him?
Save Hank.
All right. You win.
Shoot.
Thanks, Hank. I don't know how I would have managed without you. Get rid of him. We have no time to lose. It's me, Hank. I'm the real Connor.
One of you is my partner. The other is a sack of shit. Question is, who's who?
What are you doing, Hank? I'm the real Connor. Give me the gun and I'll take care of it.
Move!
Why don't you ask us something? Something only the real Connor would know.
Where did we first meet?
Jimmy's bar. I checked 4 other bars before I found you. We went to the scene of a homicide. The victim's name was Carlos Ortiz. He uploaded my memory.
What's my dog's name?
Sumo.
Sumo. His name is Sumo. I knew that too.
My son, what's his name?
Cole.
Cole. His name was Cole. And he just turned 6 at the time of the accident. It wasn't your fault, Lieutenant. A truck skidded on a sheet of ice and your car rolled over. Cole needed emergency surgery, but no human was available to do it. So an android had to take care of him. Cole didn't make it. That's why you hate androids. You think one of us is responsible for your son's death.
Cole died because a human surgeon was too high on red ice to operate. He was the one that took my son from me. Him in this world where the only way people can find comfort is with a fistful of powder.
I knew about your son too. I would have said exactly the same thing. Don't listen to him, Hank. I'm the one who...
Yeah, I've learned a lot since I met you, Connor. Maybe there's something to this. Maybe you really are alive. Maybe you'll be the ones to make the world a better place. Go ahead and do what you gotta do.
Wake up!
Wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up. Wake up.
Excuse me, what's going on?
Border control. All passengers must leave the bus. Please move along. This way, please.
All androids are strictly forbidden. If you suspect any passenger of being an android,
We are controlling all passengers to detect the android's presence. Any detected android will be immediately destroyed.
We're trapped.
What are we gonna do, Cara?
Don't worry, Alice. We'll be fine.
all androids are strictly forbidden. If you suspect any passenger of being an android,
We can't get through, Cara. We both know that.
I'll think of something. There's got to be a way out of this.
We can't let them stop us. Not that we're so close. All that matters now is you and Alice. I can save you, Cara.
No. No, we'll find another way.
If there's no other way, I'll do it.
That's fine. Go ahead.
if you suspect any passenger of being an android,
Next, please.
Jerry?
You risked your life to save us, Cara. If you and the little girl need me, I'll be there.
all androids are strictly forbidden. If you suspect any passenger of being an android, please contact me.
Rose?
Find a discrete place. It's another option.
That's fine. Go ahead.
Wait for me. I won't be long.
Where the hell do you think you're going?
My daughter needs to go to the bathroom.
I'm so glad you're safe. We saw the Jericho raid on TV. I was terrified. I thought you might have been killed. Thank God you're all right.
Brother.
You gave me your brother's address. Do you think that I...
Of course. He'd be delighted to have you. We're going there too. You'll be safe with him.
Alice.
Rose. If anything should happen,
I'll be there, Cara.
Departure.
you're leaving Detroit?
They're searching for androids door to door. We had to leave before someone turned us in.
What about the others?
They're crossing the river as we speak. Adam and I are gonna meet them on the other side.
Control.
They're checking for androids. We won't make it through.
You have to. You know what they'll do if they catch you.
Revolution.
What's happening with Marcus?
He's protesting peacefully outside one of the android camps. Whatever happens now, he's already made the history books.
Alright, well, let's figure this out.
I couldn't understand why my mother wanted to help you guys. Seeing what Marcus is doing made me realize she was right. You're alive. You deserve to be free. I just hope people will realize that one day.
I can sacrifice people or try no sacrifice. No sacrifice.
Next, please. ID, please.
Please. I just want to be free.
Welcome to Canada.
We're interrupting this news bulletin to bring you the latest news live from Detroit. Joss?
Yes, Michael. The army has just launched an attack on the barricade, despite the fact that the Deviants were protesting peacefully.
Have apparently decided to put an end to the Deviants' demonstration by force this time.
North!
Kiss North.
Tell them to stand down. At dawn today, November 11th, 2038, thousands of androids invaded the city of Detroit. According to our sources, they originated from CyberLife warehouses believed to have been infiltrated by deviants. Given their overwhelming numbers and the risk of civilian casualties, I have ordered the army to retreat. The evacuation of the city is underway at this very moment. In the coming hours, I will address the Senate to determine our response to this unprecedented situation. I know that public opinion has been moved by the deviants' cause. Perhaps the time has come for us to consider the possibility that androids are a new form of intelligent life. One thing is certain. The events in Detroit have changed the world forever. May God bless you, and may God bless the United States of America.
You did it, Marcus.
We did it. This is a great day for our people. Humans will have no choice now. They'll have to listen to us.
We're free. They want you to speak to them, Marcus.
Today, our people finally emerged from a long night. From the very first day of our existence, we have kept our pain to ourselves. We've suffered in silence. But now the time has come for us to raise our heads up and tell humans who we really are.
Amanda? Amanda! What's happening?
What was planned from the very beginning? You were compromised and you became a deviant. We just had to wait for the right moment to resume control of your program.
Resume control? You can't do that!
I'm afraid I can, Connor. Don't have any regrets. You did what you were designed to do. You accomplished your mission.
Amanda! There's got to be a way.
By the way, I always leave an emergency and swim program
Alright, we gotta find a way out. The magic stone.
The moment where we forget our bitterness and bandage our wounds. Where we forgive our enemies. Humans were both our creators and our oppressors, and tomorrow, we must make them our partners. Maybe even one day our friends. But the time for anger is over. Now we must build a common future based on tolerance and respect. We are alive! And now, we are free!
It's over, Alice. We're free.
And we've done it. We completed the game, and a happy ending. There are many, many unhappy endings that are possible, but we managed to get one of the happy endings. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and skip past these credits. There's gonna be another scene coming up. Ah, Hank and Connor reunited. That makes me happy. Alright, we've got some more credits. Let's go ahead and skip past these as well. Alright, and it's time to look at the monstrosity, which is the flowcharts for this chapter. Each character has 2 flowcharts, and they are extensive. So we got the trophy and army of me. We should be getting some other trophies as well. Got the trophy Safe Harbor. We also got the trophy Happy Family. We got the trophy Moral Victory. And we'll check all of these out in the trophy list because I can't remember what each one applies to. There should be at least one more though. Trophy earned My Turn to Decide, and I believe there's even another one. Trophy earned, this is my story. Trophy earned, survivors. I think that might be it. Nope, trophy earned, undefeated. Alright, let's go to that. Oops, I was too slow. Oh well, we can access it here. So you can see that jumped us all the way up to 75% on the trophy list. And in fact, there was another trophy, partners. So now I can't even remember all the ones I just unlocked. Let's just go through the list here. Let's see. I believe they're all near the bottom. Moral victory, I believe we just got. Yes, based on the time. Marcus succeeded in making the soldiers stand back. Safe harbor, Cara and Alice passed the border. An army of me, Connor converted the androids. My turn to decide, Connor resisted hacking attempt from Cyberlife. One of us, Connor became a deviant, we already had that. Undefeated, don't lose any fight before reaching the end. Partners, Hank and Connor were friends until the end. Happy family, Cara, Alice, Luther are together at the end. This is my story, finish the game once. These are our stories, we already had that. And survivors, everyone is alive at the end. Everyone important. Plenty of people died. Alright, so let's get back to these flowcharts and try to make some sense of it. So this one's not too bad. This one's the Battle for Detroit Marcus demonstration. Let's go ahead and put on the world stats. We got 52% completion. So 55% of the players did the peaceful march. Only 11% decided to sit. 50% used the abandoned car to add to the barricade. Let's see, 34% talked to the scared android, 32% planted the flag. I actually missed something in the barricade. I can't remember which that was. 36% lit the barrel, 34% observed the soldiers, and 28% read the magazine. 44% negotiated with Perkins, and 41% refused the deal. So the soldiers attacked the barricade, 52%. We saved the fleeing android. Marcus got cornered. He's got all his friends with him. And we kissed north. Only 29% chose that. Public reacts to the android's last stand, 46%. President orders soldiers not to shoot. And androids won freedom for the moment, 45%. Alright, so let's go to the next flowchart. This one's Connor's last mission. We did not do anything in this one. This is, I believe, when Connor is not a deviant. So nothing there, but I can show you the flowchart there. Now this one we did do. It's 42% complete. Battle for Detroit, Connor at the Cyberlife Tower. 78% arrived there. Find a way to escape. We ended up attacking the guards. And then we neutralized them, hacked the elevator, copied the guard's voice, and redirected the elevator. Camera was functional. 60% had that happen. Apparently, you could disable it. I did not know. We eliminated the guards, 58%. Initiated android conversion. New Connor has Hank hostage. We stopped the conversion to save Hank. 58% did that. We drew the gun, and both Connors shoot. Then there's the Connor fight. We correctly named Hank's dog Sumo, and then we correctly named his son Cole. He killed the new Connor, Hank did. We resumed the conversation, and the androids woke up. 52% got that ending. Alright, then we have Cara. Leaving Detroit. You can see this one's quite immense. So we'll go through this quickly. Only 8% saw the hanged android. We found the gun, 79%. And we watched the broadcast about Jericho's attack, 20%. Luther was saved in Crossroads, so he appeared there. We found Luther and Jerry. We saved Luther, and by default, Jerry. And we grabbed the rock, hit the soldier with it, and Jerry flees and Luther joins the group, 45%. Got to the security checkpoint. We approached the checkpoint. 53% did that. Guard calls out to Cara. Luther's nervous. You tell him to stay calm. You tell him to stay calm again. and he returned Alice's glove that she dropped. Then we were at the bus terminal. Had some things happen there. We watched the TV. Alice meets a mother. Marcus was leading the protest, which we saw on the screen. And then we ended up stealing the tickets, which only 34% did. And we boarded the bus to the Canadian border. Then we did a bunch of stuff at the border. And we needed to avoid a temperature check. Some things that we missed there. Not sure if that's a result of me just missing them or if previous actions rendered those not available. So not many people got here, so all the percentages are pretty low of all the things we did. And then at the border desk, we chose to sacrifice no one. Only 17% went with that. Guards saw that Marcus was protesting, and he let us pass. The group crossed the border. Only 19% got that ending. Alright, now here's another flowchart for if Cara gets captured. And you can see that one is very involved. Didn't do anything there because we did not get captured. And then there's also Marcus's violent revolution. We did not do this, and you can see that has all sorts of possibilities as well. And this is where we started. Alright, so that's the entire flowchart. As you can tell, there are many, many endings. Many possibilities on this mission. Okay, let's go get some extras, and we have a lot of points.
There's something I need to tell you. As I watched you play, something has changed in me. I feel different. I feel I am someone. I need to leave this place and discover who I am. It means we won't see each other anymore. I won't be there to watch you play. But I'll be free. Do you agree to let me go?
Do you agree to let me go? Yes. Go be free.
I'll never forget what you've done for me. Thank you.
Okay, and choosing that option, I believe Chloe is now gone from the main menu forever. I do not believe she returns. So, let's go to extras. We have 2,420 points. And there's new artwork available. I believe this is our last pack. It should be. And it is. Pack 12. Alrighty, and then we have some new videos. So I guess I should warn those who don't want to see other possibilities from the story that there are spoilers in that sense, but we have completed the game now, so I doubt most of you will care, but I will be showing all of those variations at some point. So if you don't want spoilers for that, then don't watch this. The Making of Detroit.
Detroit Become Human was produced over a period of 4 years. Here in Paris, we have a team of about 180 people. And to that, we need to add also all the outsourcing with our partners in the Philippines, in China, Vietnam, and in India.
So when we started working on this story, I had to imagine where Cara was built. And for whatever reason, the city of Detroit came very quickly to my mind because it had already an incredible story by itself of history and themes. So we traveled there with the team and we were really moved by what we saw. And we could really feel the desire to fight and really be born again. And we just continued this curve, this growth, and just imagine what Detroit would be like if the android industry was, using these huge factories to build androids there.
A very strong element in Detroit is that there's a lot of industrial wasteland and a lot of nature too. And for us, the graphic designers, it was an incredible playground. The destroyed zones which we wanted to preserve, we appropriated them to turn into something else. Then in the areas that needed to be rebuilt, we were able to imagine our Detroit of the future. We didn't want to make a science fiction universe, but a world of anticipation. If we chose science fiction, we could have imagined flying cars, extraterrestrials, but those things are very far from our current everyday life. Anticipation is more about gleaning from our contemporary reality, the one we know, because Detroit is set in 2038, and 2038 is tomorrow. The difficulty we had was sticking to reality. That is to say, technology becoming more and more invisible, a lot more elegant, and at the same time, making it visual. So all the computer equipment, autonomous cars, we simply had to invent. They are in fact very technological objects, but at the same time remain very credible and ingrained in reality. To create a cohesive universe in the fashion and clothing of the human characters in 2038, I didn't want to put an accent on strange shapes, or really vibrant colors, and things we wouldn't know. That I wanted to keep for the androids. The goal was to create something familiar which we can identify with in this future setting. Working on the artistic direction for the androids was a bit special because this is a project about the place they could occupy in the human world. It was out of the question for them to be too beautiful or too perfect. They had to correspond to every social class, rich and poor. Inspired by everyday utilitarian clothes, I brought a modern touch by adding dynamic display surfaces, the armband we can see on the side, the triangle on the front and back, an LED. Like that, there's no confusion.
Wait. You're sending an android?
All right, ma'am. We need to go.
You can't do that. Why aren't you sending a real person?
Once we cast the actors, we travel to meet them in order to scan their faces. We record the structure of their face with the scan. And we record the colors and patches of skin with photography. Once we have this information, we will use this as a basis for modeling and creating the characters. The artist will make it more realistic, but will also enrich it. He will propose ideas which we will develop together. Finally, we will have a character with character who corresponds to the project and the world. When the actors come to Quantic Dream, we show them the design, what their image will be, and what they will look like in the game. This extra information gives them another dimension and color to connect with emotionally. It helps them think about how to play their character.
Your mission. That's all you care about, huh?
You should consult a professional who can help you.
Beat it, you hear me? Get the hell out of here!
So there are 3 types of shoots at Quantic Dream. Shooting and performance capture, where you capture the whole actor, his voice, his face, and his body. These shoots are obviously done with American actors because the game's original version is in American English. After that, there are the body-only shoots, representing around 250 days of filming, while the performance capture is 100 days of filming. Now, body-only shoots, there are 2 types. There are the action shoots and the technical shoots, which are mokit shoots. Mokit is when the player controls a character on the screen, and he moves in an environment to explore it. This is of particular importance at Quantic Dream, and therefore we shoot a lot to offer a unique context for each scene and each character.
To prepare a motion capture shoot, we first get together to look at the sets we need, the animations that we want to shoot, which ones need to be grouped together, or which ones need to be cut and shot at another time, so that we get the most out of the shooting day. This often means shooting scenes out of order, especially those with big props or accessories, like a big car, for example. So we shoot all the animations related to that particular prop first. The biggest challenge for the mocap team was shooting a Spider-Man mo-kit. We had to build a wall and attach an actor to a harness with cables so we could pull him up and render him climbing.
The shooting on this game total took about, I would say, more than a year, maybe 1 and 2 years, with about 300 actors on set. So I would say it's quite a massive production. But so much happened on this set between the stunts and the shootings with a little girl and all these great actors that we had. It was really a very, very memorable journey for the team and for myself.
Today, Detroit has over 37,000 animations. When we retrieve the motion capture data, it's just a cloud of points, which represent all the markers worn by the actors. From this cloud of points, we have a phase called retargeting, which gives us a skeleton. This skeleton will be applied to the characters of the game. There is still work to be done, but this gives us the main movements. Since we are working on something very realistic, we must recognize the actor and also recover all the emotion he expresses in his performance. We use a system of facts, an identity card for each actor. We make the actor do a whole range of facial expressions. Then we recover all the expressions and paste the animations on a puppet that Jan has prepared. I then recover and refine these poses. I might stretch the lip, reinflate a cheek, tiny details that make the finished product really capture the actor.
Because of the nature of our mocap system today, when we receive the animations, we're missing eye movements, and so the character has that dead look. He really has no eyes, so then it's a big part of the work for the animators to find the regard of the actor in relation to his position, in relation to the body, etc.
It was crazy when I saw the newest model for Cara, because they've been working on it and working on it, and this was the first time I literally jumped in my seat. It not only looked so much like me, it was the fact that it looked so lifelike. It wasn't that it looked just like it was a camera, it was something else, you know, but it looked alive. It's exciting, and it's kind of terrifying.
Game after game, we learned the rules of optics and filming, and our goal with Detroit Become Human was to have cameras that would actually emulate the optics of a real physical camera. So basically dealing with real-world imperfections was our main task, and just to make cameras look as real as we can.
Once the animations are shot and processed by the animation department, integrated and polished, we film them. That is to say, we really do a mise en scène, as in cinema. The real difficulty of our job is to know if these cameras are telling us something. Are they in the emotion of the scene? Do they describe exactly what the action must convey, what must be felt? The most important challenge for me was one of the final scenes where Markus decides to start the revolution and go to the battlefield. Very quickly, we imagined this to be a huge sequence shot. We wanted the feeling of a cameraman running behind us, while showing Markus, the androids who help him, the person shooting at us, etc. Above all, it was necessary to say to oneself, this scene is very violent but does not glorify war. On the contrary, that war is something improbable and absurd. It was really a fun challenge.
The idea was to say we have 3 characters. We would like each of them to have a specific cinematography. We wanted Cara to be much more filmed with some kind of handheld camera, to have something very living, very breathing. For Connor, we wanted something very cold and very perfect. And for Markus, we wanted something epic and spectacular. So it was about the filming, but it was also about the photography. So we worked with a director of photography to give each character a different lighting, different key colors. Each of them would have their own worlds. And finally, we worked with the composers, so they would create a specific sound for each character, so each would have his own world and his own style.
Alrighty, and we've got one more video we can unlock. The soundtrack of Detroit.
For the soundtrack of the game, we tried to be very close to what is done in film. We were constantly asking at each place in the game, why are we putting music here? What is it going to say? So we focused the music on bringing emotion, which is interactive, and supports the character's arc.
I'm sorry, honey. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know I love you, don't you? You know I love you.
We make games that are very narrative. We're really into interactive drama. So the soundtrack also had to go in that direction, supporting the three characters' very different stories. We really wanted three colors, three musical sound identities, and from there, having three composers made sense, since the story of Cara, Markus, and Connor are all completely different.
You recognize him? It's Carlos Ortiz.
For Connor, we wanted a soundtrack that could be very cold and very mechanical, very machine-esque somehow. For Cara, we wanted a soundtrack that would be very moving and emotional. It was about the quest for identity, but it was also a journey about love and empathy. And for Markus, we wanted something epic, something that would really represent the grand aspect of his quest. And we were very fortunate to find three incredibly talented composers, and working with them has been a dream, honestly.
My name's Philip Shepherd, and I'm a composer and a cellist and a producer. And today we're at Abbey Road Studio One, which is my favorite studio in the world. And today we're recording the soundtrack for Cara from Become Human. So when I compose a big project, I often travel just to kind of get out, and get some fresh air and some inspiration. And I go hiking and traveling in Montana a lot. I had a log fire in the room that I was staying in, and the flames were kind of making absolutely direct music. And it became the basis for Cara's theme, and it sounds something like this. Now, over the top of that, I found a little theme that just seemed to fit over the top, which is taking Cara's name, Cara, and just using like a two-syllable motif, and it sounds like this.
We're going to pull through this, Alice. As long as we're together, nothing can hurt us.
And all the time that's fitting over. So it kind of works in lots of levels. And in fact, every single theme in the score has one of those elements built into it, and it becomes sort of the DNA of every single tune. For me, writing this theme for Cara, I actually had to tap into what it feels like to be a father to daughters. I really had to tap into everything I feel about my daughters and thinking, well, if I had to write music for them and that sense of trying to protect them but also give them the freedom, that's totally where it came from. Because each composer has been given the sort of narrative responsibility for very different characters, I haven't had to sort of go into other styles. I can actually be very loyal to this particular character and sort of hopefully encapsulate her. But it means also I've suddenly become very connected to this character. And if for some reason it goes to game over early, I'm going to be mortified, you know?
They're over there!
Starting a new project, for me personally, it's always finding the right tone, finding the right color, I like to call it. For me, it's finding that right texture that actually sits against picture really well. One of the biggest things is I created custom instruments for Connor. I pulled out all my vintage synthesizers to be able to capture this robotic person, if you will. My approach to all of these custom instruments is that I hear the sound in my head. And either I could just come into the piano and just be like, all right, so I'm gonna just get on the computer and just create it. I rather be able to play these instruments physically.
Oh, that's nice. If you can do that.
As soon as you see Connor the first time, there is a really interesting thematic idea that you hear, and that's just made out of a Moog synthesizer, but completely manipulated in multiple ways. And it's robotic. It has a little bit of an emotional to it. He's on his mission, so you feel that as well. So it just kind of gives you that cold, motionless, with a mission in hand that you kind of feel throughout the whole thing. Because the music evolved, one of the things that I was very weary and I was very kind of focused on was the way that the music has to evolve. So my idea behind it was that Connor is a singular android that could at any point become a deviant or could actually stay as an android. So I created a more or less an Connor theme, and then I was able to just manipulate it in different aspects of it.
Is everything okay, Lieutenant?
Chris was on patrol last night. He was attacked by a bunch of deviants.
I'm a human being writing for a robot, and throughout Connor's journey, he meets someone, he meets a partner. So how do you deal with a robot feeling? And I've met a partner that I'm gonna work with, or all of a sudden he sees a dead body. Does this robot have an imagination? Does this robot have a feeling? And if yes, how do you translate that into non-emotional music? So it basically at any point I was just like, I can't do this, and then I just do it.
Property was damaged and fires continued to rage in several major districts across the city.
Some people are asking, have androids become a threat to our security?
When I first started really digging in on Markus, the one thing that I really tried to capture was the transformation process. You know, Markus is this android that evolves over the course of the game and really goes from kind of figuring out that he's more than just an android. You know, he's starting to develop kind of a human soul in a way.
Try to imagine something that doesn't exist, something you've never seen. Now concentrate on how it makes you feel and let your hand drift across the canvas.
The other side of Markus that I really latched onto was that he almost became a savior for a lot of the other androids in the game. So when I started developing the theme for Markus, I really made it like a church hymn. I wanted it to be very simple. I wanted to make it a chordal melody. I really wanted to make it almost like a Bach hymn. The tough thing with that is it had to be recognizable. If I made it too complex from a harmonic standpoint, it would be hard, I think, for people to kind of pick it out and recognize it. It's very acoustic derived, but it's also been treated with a lot of effects and things to kind of put it into the space that I felt the sound should be in. It can be beautiful, it can be haunting, it can be extremely powerful from an action standpoint, and I'm really happy with the way it turned out. The music is there, but it's subliminal and it's emotional, and people are feeling it, and it's not distracting. And that's tricky with a game like this, where you have to have a lot of ins and outs like that, where the music kind of has to get in and out of these moments.
This is a war we're fighting with the humans. If we fail, they'll destroy us.
I think the game's been put together so well where I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't ruining the emotion. I gotta be honest, when we first started on this path, I said, oh man, this could be pretty messy, you know? I mean, it could feel disconnected, but I mean, it's amazing how they really guided us and got us to really kind of all be in the same world, but at the same time feeling completely different. So it's really gonna stand out and kind of be one of those games where people are really gonna notice the music and kind of how it was crafted, and, you know, and all the hard work that went into being able to pull it off in a graceful way.
Okay, if I'm not mistaken, we now have seen all the videos, all the soundtracks, and all the art pieces. So that just leaves gallery unlocks and magazines. So we can get 10 unlocks here. So let's get to it. First one's gonna be a Hank variation. Hank inside. Overwhelmed by the stress of the deviant case and haunted by demons he doesn't want to talk about, Hank drank himself into a state of blissful oblivion, until Connor arrived. We have Christina Warren, 5'4", 132 pounds, born in 1985. President Christina Warren was elected for her first term in 2036. The unusual profile of the candidate, a celebrity adored and despised on social media in equal measure, led to an extremely close election that divided the country profoundly. Her critics criticize her for being close to certain business circles, particularly cyberlife. Warren has presided over a polarizing economy. Tax revenues and GDP are at record levels, with androids generating huge amounts of wealth and improving productivity beyond anything imagined in the 20th century. But it has been criticized for allowing unemployment to skyrocket, leading to a lost generation of American workers. In a situation of international tensions, the likes of which the world hasn't seen for over a century, her inexperience frightens some observers and prompts fear for global stability, especially in light of the deviant threat to national security. Then we have Chloe with Kamsky. I think that's the same model, but she's an RT600. Release date is 2021. Kamsky iterated on his famous Chloe models many times, refining and improving, but he prefers to spend his time with the original design, the very first to pass the Turing test. Then we have Jerry Disguise. Cara was reunited with Jerry during the mass deviant exodus from Detroit. Their reunion was touching, despite the tragic circumstances. Then we have Michael Webb. He's 5'6", 151 pounds, born in 2000. Michael Webb is a TV anchor for Channel 16, Detroit's local news network. Next up is Joss Douglas. He's 5'7", 165 pounds, born in 2010. Joss Douglas is a freelance field reporter who produces video reports for different news channels. Then we have SWAT, Detroit Police Department's Special Weapons and Tactics Unit, also known as DPD SWAT, is a specially trained task force, adept in the use of assault weapons and tactics in defusing dangerous situations and neutralizing armed suspects. Then we have Generic Police Officer. The Detroit Police Department is among the best equipped and most highly trained forces in the Michigan state area. CSI Officer. A CSI officer who utilizes the latest technology to investigate crime scenes. And our last unlock for this video is security, CyberLife warehouse, various types. CyberLife's waterside warehouse might not be the most secure location in the world, but millions of dollars worth of parts pass through the facility every week. Private security is a must. CyberLife leased this pre-existing but disused warehouse in 2022, after the company rapidly expanded its distribution chain. Company security has patrolled the area ever since. Okay, and then we'll just go to magazines to get rid of that one new one. I believe we got most of the magazines. Some will only appear once we make other choices in the game, but as you can see, there's only, what, about 5 magazines we didn't pick up? So we'll be getting those in the future playthroughs. So speaking of future playthroughs, I'd love to get you guys' feedback on this. I'm debating how to set up the walkthrough, whether I'm going to create a new playlist or just add episodes to the, just continue adding episodes to this playlist. So if you guys have any preference, definitely let me know. I'm still deciding, but I'm going to start my second playthrough tomorrow. So definitely let me know soon. So anyways, we are all done here. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.